Hello and welcome to DuaGo series of qualitative research. This is the video number 7 of the qualitative research, and in the previous 6 videos, we have talked about the chapter 1 of a book named Qualitative Research from Start to Finish, written by Robert K. Jin. And that chapter was introductory chapter to the qualitative research, and in the video number 6, we discussed some part of the chapter number 2, that was introductory part of the chapter number 2, and those contained the competencies and abilities of the qualitative researcher. And now in today's video, we are going to talk about the qualitative research management techniques. So these are the research management techniques which a qualitative researcher must apply before equipping himself to the qualitative research. So here we go. The qualitative research management has 4 techniques. Number 1 is managing the field-based research. Number 2 is managing time to think ahead. Number 3 is managing as part of field team. And number 4 is practicing. And this is the chapter 2 of the book Qualitative Research from Start to Finish, and the chapter 2 is equipping yourself to do the qualitative research. So hello, I am DuaGo, and I am praying for all, and I hope that you all are praying for each other, and you all are having a good time in the corona time, and you are having a good quarantined time. So moving to the next slide, that contains the first management technique for the qualitative research, that is managing the field-based research. Well, so this is the first managing technique for the qualitative research, that is managing the field-based research. So what field-based research says to us, it reads, a researcher has to work in the field and works carefully to obtain and save the data in a sequence without the interference of intruding factors, though these intruders may appear anytime in the field-based qualitative research and may alter the proceedings altogether. But the management of the fieldwork requires the researcher to tolerate such intruders by keeping the data sequence intact. This is basically about to keep your data safe and sound, keep your data intact, and manage your field-based research by keeping your data intact and safe and sound and in one place. The essential thing that appears in this management technique is conducting the open-ended interview with the participants, either in their place or in the researcher's place or office. So this interview must include the participants' information, events involved in the topic of the research, and the feedback of the participants on the actual data they provided. So the 3 things must be studied or must be taken care of. Those are the participant information in the data and the topic, the events involved in the topic that were seen in the field by the researcher, and the feedback mechanism or the feedback papers which the participants write or participants record for the actual data. So these all the things, or these all the necessary parts of the field data should be contained intact and should be maintained safe. And this is how we manage the field-based research. So moving to the next managing technique. Well, the second management technique in the qualitative research is to manage the time. Manage the time was taught to us by the Stephen Covey, The Stephen Covey was a qualitative researcher, and he gave the time management matrix. That time management matrix contained the activities in the four squares. So first activity, that was in the number one, or the priority number one square. Those activities were important and urgent, and those were to manage the crisis, instant problems, and deadline driven projects to quick and set time. Like to do the first as to do the activities as the first priority were the some crisis or instant problems, or the deadline driven projects in the quick and set time, or in the given time. And this was the priority number one, and the square number one. Now the square number two of the time management are those activities which were important but not urgent. So important but not urgent were placed in the priority number two, or the square number two of the time management matrix, and those contained removing the intruders, probably from before entering the field, and using the new opportunities to make research better, and building a good relationship with the settings of the research, and understanding the settings well, and collecting the data skillfully. So these kind of activities were placed on the square number two, or the priority number two. So the activities which were placed in the square number three, or the priority number three, those activities were urgent but not important. So urgent but not important activities, like work that need to be managed, is to set a time for interruptions of anyone's phone calls, emails, meetings, or reporting somewhere, in case the researcher works in the office or with some institute or professor. Like urgent but not important work that needs to be managed is to set a time for the interruptions of anyone's phone calls, emails, meetings, or the reporting somewhere. Somewhere means into the office where he works, or into the institute where he works. And these are the priority number three, or square number three activities which are to be done on the priority number three. That is the not important and urgent activities. The priority number four contains the the priority number four, or the square number four, contains the not urgent and not important activities. So not urgent and not important activities are those that require the leisure time, or the fun time, and the pleasure activities, or the time wasters, or from your busy work, or the trivial activities, or the trivia, like something of small importance. According to this matrix, urgent and important, then urgent and not important, then not urgent and important, and then not urgent and not important important things should be managed to do in the same sequence, respectively. So in all these tasks, plan and execute smartly. So this is making time to think ahead, or managing the time in the four priority squares of the time management matrix that was given by the Stephen Covey. So please place your activities according to this matrix. So moving to the next management technique in the qualitative research, or moving to the next slide. So the third management technique for the qualitative research is managing as part of the field team. When you are doing a qualitative research, you are the part of a field team, and you have to manage all the activities of the field team. So the team depends on participants' characteristics, that is the gender, age, race, ethnicity, culture, education, language, subject speciality, and the multiple research settings. For example, if I say that it is socially disliked and felt as a discomfort when a young female participant meets a young adult researcher, or a white male is going to be interviewed by a black researcher in a private office, until there is a whole team present there as a protective factor in that private office, such as the female of the age of the participant female, or the white man, to get the white participant comfortable there in the office. So you may add up the culture and the education examples like this. Similarly, the multiple settings may need the multiple qualified helpers for the researchers as a team. So this is the responsibility of the researcher to manage the teams on the basis of the gender, age, race, ethnicity, culture, education, and language and subject specialty of the participant, and the multiple research settings like the natural settings, or the made up settings, or the qualitative research settings, any type of settings. So manage the field team, like place the team members at the right places or in the right fields. So this is the management of the field team as being a part of a team. So moving to the next slide. So this is the fourth and the last technique of managing the qualitative research, that is practicing. So practicing means to go into the field and collect the data and come back to the office to analyze that data and do some internet-based research. Means firstly do the internet-based research to define the topic and sample characteristics, and then go into the field to collect data from the sample over the topic, and be a practical researcher by two things. Firstly, doing a pilot study. The importance of the pilot study, or the significance of the pilot study, will be that it will tell you about the validity and reliability and the possibility of your topic and instruments used with the possible results patterns that may be established in the main study. Like your results will be established, your instrument will be established, and your validity of your topic will be established. So do the first thing, do practice a pilot study. Then getting motivated means that you may get motivated to be a practical researcher by reading the books and online material on the research topic, and getting a satisfaction to know your topic and your research abilities more clearly for further research. So getting motivated means to read the books and to read the articles and to research on the internet, and to have a satisfaction that you know more things about your topic, and you know more things about your qualitative research. So that will make the qualitative research practicing easy for you, and managing the qualitative research easy for you by just practicing or doing a pilot study, or practicing by getting motivated to read the online material and the books for your qualitative research. So this is all about the management techniques. Those were practicing and managing the time, managing the practice, managing the field-based research, and managing your field-based team. So these are the four techniques of the management of the research, qualitative research basically. And the rest is that I am DuaGo, and I'm praying for all, and I think that you should be a DuaGo, and pray for all. And if you like my videos, then please subscribe my channel and like my videos, and watch my videos till the end, and please push the bell icon and click on the all after pushing the bell icon. So that's the end of today's video. It's me, DuaGo, and in my words, signing off from today's video. So have a good time and be a DuaGo. Thanks, guys, and bye bye.